The Old Man and the Sea, part 38. It was too good to last, he thought. I wish it had been a dream now, and that I had never hooked the fish and was alone in bed on the newspapers. But man is not made for defeat, he said. A man can be destroyed, but not defeated. I am sorry that I have killed the fish, though, he thought. Well, this is a question I would like you to try to answer. A man can be destroyed, but not defeated. Isn't it destroy more than defeated? So, isn't it a little bit strange? Like, a man can be killed but not hurt. Something. Isn't it strange? So, what is your opinion on that? A man can be destroyed but not defeated. Now the bad time is coming, and I do not even have the harpoon. The Dentuço is cruel and able and strong and intelligent. But I was more intelligent than he was. Perhaps not, he thought. Perhaps I was only better armed. Don't think, old man, he said aloud. Sail on this course and take it when it comes. Well, I really love this part. I think this part is fantastic. Don't think, old man, he said aloud. Sail on this course and take it when it comes. So it's a simple thing, you know. So basically you have to sail, and whatever life throws at you, you take it, and that's it, right? I cannot not mention, I cannot not mention this song by Almir Sater. What's his? I sometimes confuse his name, but I'm pretty sure. Let me. I know I should get those things before. Almir Sater. Yes, exactly. And he's one of those older singers, and he has a song called Tocando em Frente, maybe in Portuguese. Tocando em Frente, Almir Sater. I'm going to send the link here in the channel. And I remember, I don't know how old you are, but I think you are younger than I am. When I was a child, there were some soap operas, and Almir Sater used to appear in those soap operas, mainly in an old one called Pantanal, you know. And then I grew up, my family had this soap opera culture, nobody read in my family, right? And I grew up, and I learned that soap operas are shitty, right? So I learned to despise all the soap operas, and then in my mind I heard for example, this song, Tocando em Frente, when I was like 7, 8 years old. So later on, when I thought I was a big intellectual, right, I decided I was going to just, listen to music that is not low music. And of course I had to go through the phase of rock, and then thinking that nothing else is good, that all the other music are shitty. And then I just despised Almir Sater as the rest of the thing. I just, as children usually do that, teenagers usually do that, or adults when they're acting like teenagers, right? You learn one new thing, and then because you learn this one new thing, you think you know more than the whole world, and then you get all the rest that is not this thing, you put in the same bag, and you say, oh, I'm much better than all of that, right? And I remember one day I heard again this song tocando em frente, and I just realized how deep, how philosophical, how incredibly touching this song is. So I advise you to listen to this song, right? Well, that's my little experience, right? I hope by sharing it you can learn, because some people never do. I think it happens with cinema as well, right? So I like cinema. I watch Hollywoodian movies, and most of Hollywoodian movies, we know most of Hollywoodian movies they're just okay, or they're even outright bad, And then, I get to know, I don't know, French cinema. And then every time people say they have watched an American movie, I just look down on them and I say, yeah, those people don't know about anything about cinema, all right? And then imagine if somebody tells me about superhero movies, and then I say, superhero movies, of course this is terrible, of course I'm much better than that. So this is one thing we usually do, right? When we learn something else, in order to look at ourselves as better than other people, we tend to ignore a whole universe and then say that I'm above that, right? What would be the other behavior, and in my opinion, as reproachful as this first one? Everything is nice, oh, we have to respect all opinions and all the movies are nice. No, that's not the point. The point is, in order to decide if a movie is good or bad, as I should have done with soap operas and songs, I have to know individuals, right? Individuals, or individual soap opera or song or band or movie, all right? So in other words, I'm not going to say that all American movies are shitty and all Hollywood makes everything Hollywood makes is just commercial movies for the masses. I'm not going to say that. Not even for let's say more specific areas. Okay, Hollywood. Some people would say, oh, that's too much, but then they say about superhero movies or about horror movies or about romance. So I'll never say that. I'll have to judge specific movies, and then I can talk about probability, right? So in other words, what am I talking to you now? I'm talking to you about not thinking that all Hollywoodian movies or all superhero movies are shitty, but I'm not saying that you shouldn't find the best movies. And by refining your taste, you're going to discover that yes, most American movies are, May movies, most of them are shitty. The same thing goes to superhero movies. So it's to reach, let's say, the proper balance, right? I think that's the point. And how do you do that? Looking at movies. It's not some parameters outside movies that are going to tell me that movies are bad or good. The movies themselves are going to tell me if they are good or bad. Okay? Let me give you an example of superhero movie. I know this whole video is just digression. I'm sorry about that. But if you're watching my videos and not just reading the book, it's either two things. Okay? One of those two things. You either like what I sometimes say, and then what I'm going to say is nice, you are interested in that, or you are one of my students and you've been forced by me to watch my videos, and then you have to watch them anyway. So, okay, so let me give you an example of what I'm saying. About superhero movies. Sorry to say that if you like those pop movies, right? But I don't know. Most of the Avengers, they are just okay movies. They're okay movies with lots of explosions and lots of, you know, lights to impress you, right? While you are watching and you're talking to a friend and you see those explosions on TV, and then you say, wow, that's so nice, and then you continue doing something, you check your Whats or your Instagram and things like that. Those are most of them. This is what I feel. So think about it. I'm picking up a fight with two kinds of people. So I'm picking up a fight with you because if you like those movies a lot, and I'm just saying that they're okay. But I'm also picking up a fight with people that say, oh, it's all superhero movies, you know, it's not about serious stuff because, you know, there are fights and we should just contemplate, you know, highbrow cinema. Because in my opinion there are some action movies and some superhero movies that are just excellent, you know. The second Batman, the one that Heath Ledger was famous for playing the role of the Joker. I think that's a must movie, you know. Watchmen is a hugely underrated superhero movie. There is Logan, that is a fantastic movie, you know. Okay, so why am I picking up a fight with both sides? Because I don't care about the both sides. I care about the movies, you know? And sometimes a good movie will be a movie that nothing will happen, just like a French movie, and that's great. You know, nothing will happen. You sit there and you enjoy that movie for a long time. Sometimes it will have lots of action. Just a sec, battery.